Greenland, days after unleashing a new tariff threat. CBS's Olivia Rinaldi on what Trump is said to have told Norway's prime minister.
In this text message, President Trump allegedly said, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, but can now think about what is good and prosperous for the United States of America, saying that Denmark cannot protect the land from Russia or China, and saying that the world is not secure unless the U.S. has complete and total control of Greenland.
I'm Vicki Barker at the Foreign Desk. All 8 nations threatened with new tariffs have repeated their support for Greenland remaining part of Denmark. But Britain's Keir Starmer has tried to calm the troubled waters, calling for a calm and respectful dialogue on Greenland's future and on Trump's latest tariff threats.
Now to Minneapolis, CBS's Ian Lee has the latest on protests over the ICE deployments. Amid word the Pentagon has put 1,500 U.S. troops on standby.
The feel-like temperature right now is negative 18, but you still have about a dozen protesters out there, and over the weekend, still freezing temperatures. You still had fairly large turnouts, out here, dozens of people. In downtown Minneapolis, you had hundreds of protesters turn out. And also, when you speak to just members in the communities, neighbors, they have organized to help bring food and other supplies to migrant families in hiding.
On the Health Watch, as we hear from CBS's Stacey Lynn, it seems parents are more confused than ever after the Trump administration changed the childhood vaccine schedule.
Pediatricians across the country say parents are increasingly anxious and confused after the overhaul. Doctors tell the Washington Post families are asking whether shots will still be available, safe, and covered by insurance. Most doctors say they're sticking with the recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics, but the extra time they're spending reassuring parents leaves less time to discuss other basics of child health.
2 days after a playoff loss to Denver, the NFL's Buffalo Bills have fired head coach Sean McDermott, who in 9 seasons with the team made the playoffs regularly but failed to reach a Super Bowl. CBS Sports NFL reporter Pete Prisco.
The message is loud and clear. You didn't get to a Super Bowl. You didn't win a Super Bowl. And therefore, despite the fact that you won a lot of games in the regular season, you're gone.
There's word the Italian fashion designer Valentino has died at 93. This is CBS News.
I'm Andrew Garrett. Follow and listen to The Takeout on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Hawks are just 1 win away now from the Super Bowl. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we need to get a look at traffic. Here's Sully.
All right, Frank, we're looking really good now through Fife after we finally cleared all the lanes after an early morning crash that involved 20 vehicles, if you can believe it. So we're looking pretty good. Tacoma to Federal Way is only running right around 20 minutes, so no problems there. And then Federal Way to Seattle is nice and easy at about 35. We do have a crash in the left lane on eastbound 512 getting towards the Puyallup River in Puyallup. Finally was able to figure out what lane it was in with the heavy fog through the area. We're backed up before South Hill, so plan on a couple of minutes there. Then Puyallup to Renton's only 35. Renton to Bellevue's only 15. We do have a little bit of braking northbound I-5 approaching 520, getting across the Ship Canal Bridge. Remember, the 2 left lanes are blocked. Coming down from the north end, nice and easy, only 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. This report brought to you by Bucky's Complete Auto Care. For 50 years, Bucky's has earned local trust with honest pricing, guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lenzi. The Seattle Seahawks, who pummeled the San Francisco 49ers 41-6, are now getting ready for the NFC Championship game this Sunday. Fans who spoke to KIRO 7 were pumped after Rashid Shaheed returned the opening kickoff 95 yards for a touchdown.
That's the way to start the game. We're going to win this thing. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, they still got to get through the LA Rams before they make it to the Super Bowl. 1 person hurt in a crash involving 21 vehicles that tied up traffic on I-5 North near the Pierce-King County line this morning. Washington State Trooper Cameron Watts.
It was originally called out as a 1 or 2 car collision that left debris in the roadway. one of our commercial vehicle enforcement officers just happened to come across it.
Rest of the cars are either damaged by that debris or in other minor collisions in the backup. No word yet what caused that initial crash, but as Sully mentioned just a moment ago, everything is now open again. Semi-truck driver facing DUI charges after police say they hit a snowplow on eastbound I-90 near Kittitas Saturday night.
WashDOT says its snowplow drivers were treating the road when the semi crashed into them. The plow hit the median and rolled over. The WashDOT driver had to go to the hospital.
KIRO 7's Dee Dee Sun says the driver was released from the hospital Sunday. Semi-truck driver remains, again, under investigation for DUI. Search underway for 21-year-old Hannah Marie Davis of Bremerton. Authorities tell KIRO 7 she has the mental capacity of a 10-year-old. Police say she was taken by 21-year-old sex offender Leroy Franklin Nichols, who family members say refuses to return her. Was last seen at her home Saturday night. Nichols may be in Thurston or Lewis counties. If you have any information, you're asked to call 911 right away. Weather forecast is calling for sunshine later today, and we should warm up to about 50 degrees. Partly cloudy on Tuesday. We'll get the fog in the morning. Afternoon sunshine tomorrow, and again, right around 50. It's 36 degrees in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
This is how we do it. Shaheed at his own 5, across the 10, 15, 20. Cut straight upfield, has a gap, across the 40, midfield 50. Try to trip and go get him. Flag is down. Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish! Open the game with a 95-yard touchdown Seahawks.
Well, Ursula.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to be in a good mood today. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. And yes, we will be talking about that amazing win, 41-6, Seahawks over the Niners. But before that, we got to get the show started. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. You know, it is the MLK Jr. holiday. We're not supposed to have a whole lot of traffic today, but we did.
Yeah.
So coming up at 9:30, Sully's going to join us. It's supposed to be a holiday, and we're all working today.
We're working.
How fun is that?
Yep.
And we wouldn't want to miss today because there is a lot to talk about. Coming up at 9:30, we're also going to hear from someone who wants a fix that we talked about when it comes to the Revive I-5 and why it's such a mess, and it's going to be such a mess. So we'll have that and a whole lot more. We are going to share some pictures. You've seen this trend about 2016, going back and reminiscing about 2016 when times were different. Well, you and I shared some photos from 2016.
We did.
Man, looking back 10 years, we're going to be sharing it on our YouTube video, and we'll post some on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page. Man, things have changed.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
And we will invite everybody to join us and give us pictures, too, of what you were doing in 2016.
All right, before we get started, Ursula, you know I always like to ask a question. You don't have to answer. We can talk about it later. But since we are honoring Dr. King today, on this Monday, if you were able to ask Dr. King one question, you could only ask one, what would that question be? And maybe later on throughout the show, we can answer that.
Okay.
All right.
Give it some thought.
Let's give it. Top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
And as you mentioned, G, it was not a nail-biter. Saturday night's primetime game against the 49ers was a total beatdown.
Shaheed at his own 5, across the 10, 15, 20. Cut straight upfield, has a gap, across the 40, midfield 50. Try to trip and go get him. Flag is down. Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish! Open the game.
Okay, from that opening drive, the Seahawks were in total control. Kenneth Walker, the third, unstoppable, 3 touchdowns, racking up 116 rushing yards on 19 carries. He's now tied for the most rushing TDs in a single playoff game in franchise history. And here's what he said.
First and foremost, it means a lot. We worked at it, all season. We seen it's paying off, and I just got to give the credit to the O-line. They had the holes there, and all I had to do was hit it.
Wait, someone credited the O-line? Okay, just from the beginning, you were there. Mm-hmm. So describe how electrifying the crowd was. Because my son told me he couldn't believe it. He was there too.
Has it been that way in 10 plus years? Right? I mean, it was crazy. It was as soon as you came in the stadium, just all of the amazing people that work inside of the stadium, they were energetic. Not to say that they aren't ever, but even before the fans got there, it just felt different. And when the fans came in, and by the way, the Lumen Field, they opened up the gates a little earlier this time. So people start coming in, and were they awake? It was a different energy. So by the time it got ready for my little pregame stuff down there on the field,
they were primed.
They're primed. It was packed in there. Now, understand, Lumen Field and the Seahawks, they already put in wired up 6 seismometers throughout so they can be able to record it as people's loud voices shake the stadium in the ground. They had the 6 seismometers all throughout. And then when the game gets started, now, I'm down on the field, right? Well, because there was the Buffalo-Denver game, and that thing was going, it went on into overtime and everything like that. Because of that, they delayed it another 10 minutes. So that gave me time to get up there and get ready to watch the game. Opening kickoff happens.
That was nuts.
Opening kickoff happens. I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. And I said, oh, man. Oh, and everyone all at once erupted. And I'm just telling you, it was like, when did the party start? The party started 13 seconds into the game.
And why was it so different, though? And I mean, I get it. It's playoffs. The stakes are high. But we had just played San Francisco, and it was not so lopsided.
Right.
Like, what happened?
Well, the score wasn't lopsided, but the game was. And this is what I was trying to explain to Niner fans, because they kept saying, well, but you guys only won 13-3 in Week 18. And what they didn't understand is okay, yes, it was only 13-3, but you only scored 3 points when the 2 previous games before, Brock Purdy threw 5 touchdowns in each game, and then you come up against this defense. Let me just tell you how dominant this defense was. I know you love research, so here you go. Kyle Shanahan, head coach for the Niners. He has coached the Niners for 163 games. Only 4 times has his team scored less than 7 points. 2 of those 4 times have happened in the month of January 2026 against the Seahawks.
Wow.
So one of the main reasons why Mike Macdonald was hired, he was hired because they said Kyle Shanahan is one of the best offensive minds. They say that Sean McVay is one of the best offensive minds. Okay, John Schneider brings in Mike Macdonald. Now let's see what's up.
One of the best defensive minds.
Yep.
Okay, so next week is the NFC Championship. We're 1 game away from the Super Bowl, but we have to beat the LA Rams first on Sunday. Now, my son, who was watching from Australia, said, okay, the Rams, he was hoping that we would play the Bears, right? And because he said the Rams are like our kryptonite.
Right.
Like, explain that.
Okay. How about this? I'm gonna explain it. For everyone.
Yeah.
Now, today is Monday. The game is on Sunday.
Yes.
So there's an analogy for all of you. I just had a great date. The Seahawks beat the Niners. I'm excited about this date. Now, I have to figure out how I'm going to be able to afford the next date this coming Sunday.
Yes.
We got all week to figure that out.
Yeah.
Let me enjoy this date. Let us enjoy this win. We can talk about the Rams throughout the week. But right now, let's celebrate this.
The same son, it's fair. The same son said he's bummed because he's going to miss the Super Bowl parade. So he's still thinking we're going to win.
Okay.
He just is like,
awesome.
Why is it the Rams? Okay, unfortunately, I have to get much more serious because it was a very violent weekend. One man is dead. At least 3 others were shot outside a hookah lounge in Seattle's Chinatown International District. This happened early Saturday. Police say it was just before 5 a.m. outside Caravel Hookah Lounge near 8th Avenue South and Lane. Officers found 3 men with gunshot wounds. 1 died at the scene. 2 were taken to Harborview. And then a 4th man later showed up at a hospital in Renton with gunshot wounds. So far, no arrests have been made. A woman who says she owns that hookah lounge spoke with KIRO 7 TV, and she said she had already closed the lounge by 2 a.m., and she's tired of getting all the blame for crime.
Everything that happens in the area, I always get the blame for it, and it's very frustrating.
Melissa Miranda owns a restaurant across the street, though, and she says after it was damaged by gunfire, enough is enough.
How many times does this have to happen until we actually get the support that we need?
Now, Gee, as you recall, and we've talked about on the show, Seattle has tried to curb gun violence at late-night venues. There were new city rules that were passed last year that require lounges that stay open late to hire at least 2 trained security officers, to also install surveillance cameras at exits, and to give written safety plans. Requirements that this particular hookah lounge was fined over because they failed to meet those requirements. So you have seen the details of the story. The mayor has made a statement saying her heart goes out to the victims and the city needs to do more to prevent gun violence. What do you think needs to happen?
Before I answer what needs to happen, I first need to establish a baseline. Let me start with you, Ursula. Have you been to an after-hours spot here in Seattle before? Nightlife within the last 10, 15 years?
No.
Okay. And if you're listening right now, have you been to an after-hour spot? When I say after-hours,
3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Yeah,
okay.
That's how. That's the first baseline. So I asked that question. You can answer however you want. Now, Ursula, let me answer to what you just brought up. There is another person dead after a shooting outside of a hookah lounge late in the middle of the night. And we some of us maybe keep acting surprised. Let's be all the way honest. There is no need for after-hours spot operating at 3, 4 in the morning, because what it does, it allows and gives, and by the way, I'm going to say something that I've seen with my own eyes. This isn't like research and let me see what they're doing. No. These after-hours spots gives people a reason and an opportunity to sneak their alcohol in or bring in their alcohol that's been unchecked. So you got these tensions happening, and don't nothing good happen when these environments happen at 3, 4 in the morning. This ain't no culture. This is a pattern. Shut them all down. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you hookah, coffee, selling underwear and socks. If your business model keeps bringing police tape to it, shut it down.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I agree with you, and you stated it very well. The only little but that I got to throw in there, and one of the reasons why I'm hard on this also is that it was just over a year ago that Caravel was the site of another shooting. Again, the owner, or the person who says she's the owner, says this had nothing to do with the club. But in that other one, 5 people were injured, and it was 4 a.m. Police still haven't made an arrest in that shooting. And I did look into, what do other cities do when it comes to hookah lounges? They don't ban the hookah lounges outright, but many cities use the nuisance property laws or licensing crackdowns or indoor smoking rules to shut down specific venues that are problematic. And the reason they do that is because they want to avoid lawsuits. Because if you say, well, we're only going to go after the hookah lounges, well, folks can say that's we are protected by the First Amendment, or these are lawful businesses tied to cultural or social groups or practices, especially in immigrant communities, which you brought up. And again, it can look discriminatory if you only go after the hookah lounges. But yeah, I mean, if there's repeated instances, shut them down.
I'll tell you what. I've been doing this going on 6 years now. If y'all want to tell people that G. Scott was discriminating on people, go ahead. I'm going to say it again. If your business or in front of your business continues to bring police tape around it, shut it down.
Yeah. Agree. I'm just trying to explain why if the city doesn't go and shut down all of them, that may be the reason why.
You're doing a great job of explaining all of the rules and what the people say.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job of telling y'all, I don't give a damn what you think I'm discriminating if your business continues to bring yellow tape.
Yeah.
Police tape.
No, I hear you loud and clear. Okay, speaking of bringing police, this is just a horrific story. Seattle police have now arrested a 12-year-old boy accused of a violent robbery in the Central District. Yeah, you heard that right. 12 years old. Police say this boy attacked a 43-year-old woman outside the Amazon Fresh store near 23rd and Jackson. He was wearing a hot pink ski mask, and they say he poked her in the face with a screwdriver before stealing her purse. But then he allegedly followed her into the parking garage, attacked her a second time before he finally took off. And because of his young age, the clothing he was wearing, and because he's had prior contacts with police, officers say they were quickly able to identify him. They went to his family's home. They arrested him there. They say they found the screwdriver on him, and he was booked into juvenile detention. Now, question obviously is, what is the appropriate action when the suspect is 12 years old?
That 12-year-old pulling something like that does not need to get out until the age of 21. They need to suffer. They need to be some real consequences in that. But unfortunately, I believe that we have a lot of trauma that is happening in America right now, and we also have a lot of tap on the wrist. Go ahead, little Johnny or Susie. They're only this age and they didn't know any better. And you start talking about the scientific reasons as the brain development and things like that. So, look, I'm not arguing any of that. Everybody, you guys have studied that. You know more than I do. But I think what ends up happening is I think when people hear you tell that story, Ursula, the same way that when they hear you tell that story, some of us say, nothing's going to happen. I think that sometimes a 12-year-old might feel that same energy. If we think that there's just going to be a slap on the wrist, it's possible to think that a 12-year-old would too. Now, I'm not 12 now, but I've been 12 before. I was scared to do anything at that age.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
You had a
That's
dad who is a cop and a mom who is
probation officer. That's just me. I was more scared of my parent. But
the first thing, the other reaction that's going to come out is, what is the deal with the parents? Which is a fair question to ask. It is a fair question to ask. And clearly, this is a child who you don't escalate to using a screwdriver to attack somebody, to rob them at the age of 12 if there's not something seriously wrong going on in the home. And the right response would be to have secure supervision right now and mandatory mental health evaluation. No slap on the wrist. No, this kid can go back home and have home monitoring. No, this kid needs to be removed from the public. I mean, again, after assuming that all the details on this are proven in court, you've got to protect the public, but intervene now so that he has a chance in life later. Otherwise, this is just going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating.
Agree. And when you say intervene, I think that's where what's happening is with that intervention lately, it doesn't seem to the public that it's working. And I don't know. I don't know if it's really working sometimes for some of these youngsters as well. 9:47, we need to talk. Have y'all seen the whole nostalgic about 2016 and all the pictures? By the way, why did they pick that year anyways? But if you all have 2016 pics that you want to share, we're going to be doing that on the Gee and Ursula Facebook post page. But up next, Chris Sullivan is going to come in and explain to us how King County official, he wants SDOT to open southbound express lanes during the Ship Canal Bridge work. Gee and Ursula.
One win away from the Super Bowl.
You stacked plays. It started with a 95-yard.
Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish.
We play our style of play. Games can look like this often.
The table is set for the NFC Championship game. Sunday at Lumen Field against the Rams. Kickoff at 3:30.
Job not done. We're going to do the same thing.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle and the home of the Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio.
I've been talking about Trajan wealth, and because retirement is just a few years away now, and if you've done any kind of retirement planning, you know it can be a daunting task. Well, Trajan helped me flip the script because I kept thinking that I have to put everything on pause right now. Got to save, worry about things later, and not have enough fun right now. But when you talk to Trajan Wealth, they're going to be able to help you understand that you need to put your needs first. And that shows up in the questions that they ask. When we met with Marty, she wanted to know how Mark and I spend our time right now and what matters to us today, what we want our future to support but not replace. And instead of focusing on just one point in time, she helped us see the bigger picture and how all of our choices connect. Now, if you've been wondering whether your retirement plan could be better, get a second opinion from Trajan Wealth. Trajan is spelled Trajan. For a free consultation, call them today at 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in 1 day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Corporate megastores are spending millions lobbying D.C. politicians on one-sided policies that send small businesses tumbling. They want to enact harmful credit card mandates that take resources away from your local credit union and community bank, leaving Main Street businesses with less access to credit, making it harder for your family to pay for everyday goods like gas and groceries. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition. Guys, your New Year goals start now. Get limited time savings on our most popular treatments at Revive Men's Health. Visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com to see if you qualify to save hundreds.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. The city of Seattle still buzzing after the Seahawks' big 41-6 win over the San Francisco 49ers.
Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. End of the story. We're going to win this thing. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, they're going all the way.
Those fans spoke with KIRO 7, 12s across the city, getting ready to do it all over again. The Hawks will host the NFC Championship game on Sunday afternoon against the LA Rams. Kickoff 3:30 p.m. You can catch all the action right here on KIRO News Radio. Seattle police have arrested a 12-year-old boy accused of attacking a woman with a screwdriver after stealing her purse. This happened Saturday in the Central District. Police say the boy ran up to the 43-year-old woman wearing a hot pink ski mask and poked her several times in the face with that screwdriver. Business owners in Seattle's Chinatown International District say they've had enough after another deadly shooting. One man died, 3 others were hurt early Saturday morning outside a hookah lounge along 8th Avenue South. Melissa Miranda owns a restaurant across the street. She tells KIRO 7 her building was damaged by gunfire.
It's the first time we've been hit, but all the businesses on this corner have been hit by bullet holes before.
Mayor Katie Wilson says police will investigate with every available tool. So far, no arrests. Representative Emily Randall of Bremerton pushing to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. She joined other Democrats in Minnesota on Friday for a hearing on ICE enforcement, and she visited a memorial for Renee Nicole Good, a woman killed by ICE agents. She did not hold back.
Let me be clear. Using ICE agents to kill people in the streets is fascism, and I will use all the tools available to fight to defend our democracy and our collective future.
Randall's co-sponsoring articles of impeachment against Secretary Noem. Wall Street markets closed today for the MLK holiday. Let's get a look at traffic now. Chris Sullivan standing by.
And with that holiday, Frank, we are experiencing a pretty quiet day out there, as you would imagine. The only slowing that we do have is on northbound I-5, just up from Mercer, working your way towards the Ship Canal Bridge, where the 2 left lanes remain blocked for construction. But by most days, it's really not that bad. Also getting reports there might be a crash on the West Seattle Bridge, just on the downhill part, as you work your way down towards 99 in the eastbound direction. So I'll have more for you on that in our next traffic report, but there is a little bit of backing up as you head over Harbor Island there. Rest of the map, super quiet. I mean, we're looking at about 35 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle, 35 from Puyallup to Renton. Renton to Bellevue is only about 15 minutes, so that's great. The lake bridges are quiet, and coming down from the north end, we've got no issues as well. We've got a nice and easy drive of about 35 minutes. This report brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. For nearly 50 years, 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance. Right now, save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Call the comfort people. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Weather forecast calling for sunshine later today, and we should warm up to about 50 degrees. Tomorrow morning, the fog returns, but afternoon sunshine in tomorrow's forecast. And again, we should hit 50 partly cloudy, and 47 on Wednesday. 37 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'm their conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. It is the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, but it sure did not feel like it on the roads today. It was anything but a holiday kind of day on the freeway. Sully is here. What happened this morning?
We had a 20-car crash, 21 cars actually, involved on northbound I-5. And when I heard that, it was in Fife early this morning. The first thing I was like, okay, I'm starting to see something. And then the State Patrol was like, there are 20 cars involved. I started immediately thinking like, worst case scenario, like accordion kind of bang, 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 bang. What turned out was we have 2 cars get tangled up, and they toss a bunch of debris on the roadway, including things like the size of bumpers and mufflers. And the cars behind this start popping their tires and getting disabled themselves. So that led to 20 cars being involved, but only maybe one person injured. So when originally I was like, oh my God, this is going to be like a bunch of people injured, 20-car pileup like you see and in stories you've seen around the country or whatever. No, fortunately it wasn't that. But for most of the morning, we only had one lane open through Tacoma. And it was taking people 90 minutes to go from the Tacoma Dome to Fife. I mean, that's like 4 miles. And it was taking them 90 minutes to go there. Imagine if this hadn't been an MLK Day holiday, how much more we'd be dealing with this as they had all those cars there. But, yeah, a really weird circumstance.
Ursula, by the way, that's why you were asking me.
Yes, that's exactly what I was asking. I was like, gee, did you get past this traffic?
I didn't see that until after I got into the building. So, Ursula, thank you for that. But I want to say, the fog this morning, whoa. Like I would say for me, I left 4 a.m. leaving Tacoma. It was probably the worst that I've been around in a while, Ursula. It was bad.
Yeah, it was. I mean, not only could I not see anything like Seattle across the Ship Canal Bridge on my way in, but yeah, parts of Pierce County. There was a crash in Puyallup this morning that I couldn't see. It was right below the camera, but I couldn't. I couldn't
that's
see
the thing
it because
when we
it
have
was so foggy.
These beautiful sunny days means we have no then you got those really foggy mornings, unfortunately. Hey, so let's talk about the Ship Canal Bridge construction, which, oh my gosh, I did deal with that yesterday because I was in South Seattle trying to get back up north. Now, King County Councilmember Reagan Dunn is urging WashDOT to make a change, and it's something that we have talked about.
It's something that I've talked about since last summer. When we had this configuration during the month of hell. And that is there any way that WashDOT can try, maybe one morning, just try it, keep the express lanes open in the southbound direction for a couple of hours of the morning commute to allow that traffic to move through and not create what we've had through the first week of about an hour and 50-minute trip from Everett to Seattle, basically 45, 50 minutes behind schedule. Now, the reason they are kept open, for those that don't use I-5, the I-5 express lanes switch at 5 a.m. to southbound. Then they switch back northbound around 11. And so because of the construction on the Ship Canal Bridge, which is in the northbound direction, WashDOT has chosen to keep the express lanes open northbound 24/7. Their rationale makes sense. That's the direction of travel of the delay. So they were like, okay, if we get a crash somewhere between here and there and the express lanes aren't open through that construction zone, we're hosed. Mm-hmm. We have no options. So that's and they say it's going to take too long to flip it back and forth. And it doesn't make any sense for them not to try it. Again, exactly. I'm not a traffic engineer, but here's the reality. Most cars in Seattle going northbound in the morning are getting off in Seattle. They're not going through. A bunch of them are, don't get me wrong. So the impact has been with those express lanes open and no forced merge because of the express lanes being closed in the morning. I-5's been running 15 to 20 minutes faster in the morning under this configuration, but the southbound has been running 45 to 50 minutes behind. So is there a way to find a sweet spot there?
Right.
And WashDOT so far, when we brought this up last year and we brought it up again this week, the Seattle Times even wrote a story about it, quoting me, which was interesting.
Nice.
And then Reagan Dunn was talking about it.
Yes.
Can we try it?
Yes.
And then if it fails miserably and
then
we all
now
have
we
a
know.
horrible commute,
Now we know.
blame me. I'll take it. I just want to try, because we have 5 months of this.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So,
exactly.
and
And that's a lot of money lost.
What would be any reason why they wouldn't try it?
Well, again, because their concern is, in the last email I got from them, and it makes sense, it's the safety issue component of this. Were there to be a crash through that construction zone or somewhere between, say, the downtown exits, there are no options. So you would end up with a catastrophic backup because there's only 2 lanes there anyway. What if you have a crash and both of those lanes are blocked for an extended period of time? Then northbound has nothing, no chance. So I get it. But
try it.
Maybe, we could see that. And if we're all proved wrong, then at least, because it's not just me saying, I'm advocating for our listeners and our drivers who are asking for this. It's not like I'm making this up out of whole cloth.
Right.
Well, I kind of was last year. I was like, hey, this is a great idea. Then a bunch of listeners asked me.
Yes.
And so I'm advocating for them.
Yes, absolutely.
And if it fails, great. You made your point. We look stupid.
Yes, and then we know now.
Yeah,
Kim and Lacey texted in and says she was driving up from the south end to Everett this weekend with all the Revive I-5. Are the express lanes only for multiple occupants, or can anyone use them?
Anybody can use them. The express lanes. Now, what's weird is in certain places you can only access them if you're HOV only. Like if you're using the downtown ones that right there, like off of 5th. Just south or just north of the City Hall, you have to be an HOV to use that on-ramp.
Yes.
And that's one thing people are asking WashDOT to do, are on the entrances underneath the ship canal and in that area that require HOV only to do that. Can they relax that rule to maybe allow more people to get into the express lanes from downtown, from actually inside the heart of downtown? Right. So that's something else that we're looking at, but again, haven't gotten any love from WashDOT yet about changing that.
Thanks, Sully.
Yeah, good luck. It, man. 5 months of this, baby.
Why is everyone so nostalgic about this 2016? Why pick 10 years? Why didn't they pick 20, 30, 40? Well, they maybe didn't want to do that. But did you see on social media where everybody is showing their throwback pick from 2016? Well, coming up next, not only are we going to talk about it, but Ursula and I are going to share it on our Facebook page. Do it next. Gee Ursula.
Be there when the Seahawks make history.
Hello.
KIRO Newsradio's giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship game.
Oh, my word!
Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Download the KIRO Newsradio app and click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
This should be fun.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
I don't typically make New Year's resolutions, but this year I need a change. I need to get healthy, work out, lose some weight, and get back on track. But figuring out what to eat is my biggest issue. I need to eat the right food so that I stay full and have energy all day long. I know the solution: Omaha Steaks. Starting the year strong is easier and more delicious with premium portioned proteins from Omaha Steaks. From handcrafted USDA certified tender steaks to gourmet burgers, versatile chicken and pork, seafood, and more. They have an unmatched variety of high quality proteins that everyone loves. And when you deserve that cheat day, and we all do from time to time, they also offer desserts and easy to prepare comfort food. Support your fresh start with high-quality proteins from Omaha Steaks. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code SKY at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com, promo code SKY. Terms apply. See site for details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Pro Savings Days are on at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get an additional 5% off when you buy 5 or more select GE, Whirlpool, and Electrolux kitchen or laundry major appliances. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/23. Discount valid to My Lowe's Pro Rewards members only. Exclusions and other restrictions apply. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for details. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Locally fresh
since 1909.
Cold is leaking and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Coming up at 10 o'clock. Ursula's excited, and she said, okay, G, I've given you an hour. Yes, we can enjoy the San Francisco 49ers win, but now we want to know about the opponent, the Rams, that's coming into town on Sunday. Okay, that's fair. We'll do that at 10 o'clock. All right.
Sounds good.
Right now, we do need to talk. So if you have been on social media, or if you have to use your wife's phone to jump on social media, if you did any of that this week, chances are your feed is full of friends, family, and people that you don't care about reminiscing about the good old year 2016.
Wait, you don't care about? Who put that little sly remark in there? We do
Sophia
care about
did.
them, right?
Sophia did.
I mean,
but it was probably frost on her car.
Yeah.
So anyway, but why 2016? Why are we suddenly down to romanticize a decade ago right now in 2026 and not last year, 2025, or any year before that? Some say it's because the last year they feel that everybody felt like it was genuinely fun. Silly filters, not knowing or caring about what you posted on Instagram. We didn't quite know what we'd maybe ever miss. So, not reading that part. So, what was your 2016 like? Why do you think it's making everyone so nostalgic, Ursula?
Well, I mean, for a number of reasons. 10 years, a lot has happened in 10 years. So that's, first of all, a good time to look back. I think that in 2016, many, whether they're right or wrong, might feel like we were less divisive. I think if you look back, you think it was simpler even 10 years ago. Right now, it feels impossible for a lot of folks. So I'm guessing that's a lot of it. For everyone, though, there's a different reason as to why you look back and say, hey, were things better for you in 2016? Now, on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page, we've shared pictures, and I know that we were going to do some of our photos on YouTube. So for those of you who watch on YouTube, check. Okay, so there's a picture of me with my family in 2016. Look how young my youngest looks. And here you are wearing a red or pink jacket. I would say that you look 10 years younger today. Like, you look a lot younger than I know. You're looking at these pictures on the video right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's me and Colleen with Viggo Mortensen. So in any case, like, what was your life like 10 years ago?
Yeah. Well, first, I got to say, Ursula, I have to thank Sophia for even doing this. Because this entire time, I've watched and seen all of this 2016, and I refuse to be a part of it because everybody's doing it. But because she brought this up, Ursula, it forced me to go and look back at 2016. And downstairs after we got off the phone, I mean, 2016 was a rough year, the year I lost my father.
Yes.
And then I started getting a little sentimental a little bit. And then, you're right, so much has changed since then. There was so much. I was looking at the pictures. Those pictures of me, there's so much uncertainty in my heart and in my mind.
Yeah.
It's crazy. How about you?
Well, a lot was going on then, too, but I had both my parents at that time. If you look at the video, now I encourage you to look at the video because you'll see I had my hair was a lot darker.
Yeah.
And I was a lot smaller than I am today. But I will say that I am a lot happier today. So there was a lot going on in our lives, too. And I was trying to juggle raising teenagers and also a very challenging career.
Yeah.
But in 2016, I did feel like things were brighter for the country. Like, so you had asked the question, if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. were alive today,
what question would you ask?
What question would I ask?
What would you ask?
And my question would be, right now in this country, division and fear feel so much louder than love and truth. And how can we become a more unified country without surrendering justice? That would be my question.
That's a deep question. makes me embarrassed about my question that I got for him.
Okay, what would be your question?
Why did you keep fighting when you didn't have to? You personally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing embarrassing about that. I think it would be enlightening.
Like Dr. King. Like, and as a matter of fact, you told people that I might not get to the mountaintop. I might not get there with you. You knew you were getting death threats before you were assassinated. Why didn't you just go home and continue to be quiet? You were arrested 29 times. What more did you, and why did you feel like you still had to keep going? So
Mike in Portland texted in. I mean, those are great questions, though. Yeah. Mike in Portland said 2016 was the last year we didn't have Trump. Therefore, it was the last year we didn't have this polarization of our country. Joel in Big Lake says in 2016, my boy was still alive. And that's just a heartbreak. My parents were both still alive.
Yeah,
in 2016.
I think why I'm so glad that Sophia brought this up is it really does, when you go back and you look 10 years ago, so much can change within 10 years. And so when you look back, it also makes you appreciate going to look forward. And oh my goodness, it almost rolled into what Landman was last night. Oh man.
Okay, I'm just going to give you one more. Robin Puyallup said, 2016 is when America changed. I lost family members to politics in 2016. Christmas of 2015 is the last time I saw my daughter in person. She went no contact with me over politics. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff, Ursula.
2026 needs to be better.
It does. Coming up next, we talk about the Seahawks and that big win against the Niners on Saturday and what's ahead against the Rams on Sunday. Gee Ursula.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net. That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well,
I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions. 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year. VCRs are disappearing, and the clock is ticking to save your family's most important memories. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve your memories by converting all your videotapes, photos, and film reels into digital files. And this year, it's easier than ever.
Introducing our biggest kit yet, able to hold up to 80 videotapes or film reels or 2,000 photos. It's perfect for big collections. You can even send in old DVDs, memory cards, flip phones, or early generation iPhones.
Legacy Box is truly the easiest New Year's resolution you'll ever keep. Just fill your box and send it in. As the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, all work is done in the U.S., and we're trusted by over 1 million families.
Start the new year right by rescuing the moments you haven't watched in years. Go to legacybox.com/radio for an incredible 55% off. That's legacybox.com/radio for 55% off.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO-FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Despite widespread opposition, President Trump intensifies the push for the U.S. to control Greenland.
Two sources tell CBS News the National Security Council forwarded a message from President Trump to European ambassadors in Washington, asking them to share it with their own leaders. The text, which was originally sent to Norway's prime minister, says because they did not award him the Nobel Peace Prize, he's no longer obligated to think, quote, purely of peace. The president argued the U.S. must have complete and total control of Greenland because he says Denmark can't defend it from Russia or China. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
And President Trump has threatened tariffs on countries who've opposed him on Greenland and sent troops there. CBS's Kelly O'Grady on possible responses from Europe.
What it would be, though, in practice, is taxes on American imports and goods. They would really go after American tech companies, which make a lot of money in Europe. You would also see them prevent U.S. investment potentially into the European Union, and then finally potentially restrict access to any specific markets for American companies.
In an unusual step, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell plans to attend the Supreme Court's oral arguments Wednesday in a case involving the attempted Trump firing of Fed Governor Lisa Cook. Anti-ICE protests in Minneapolis continue even as the Department of Justice begins an investigation into Minnesota's governor and the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey. The DOJ accuses them of trying to impede federal agents who are trying to carry out large-scale immigration operations. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
If the government were to pursue this case, I think it would be an uphill battle in the sense that obviously we all enjoy, even government officials, First Amendment protection.
There's an investigation overseas after the deadly train collision in southern Spain that killed at least 39 people and injured more than 150 others. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez of Spain.
Everyone is asking what happened. How did this happen? How is it possible that this happened? And time and work for experts, I'm sure that will give an answer.
Now to Oakland, California, where Fire Chief Damon Covington says a scramble to evacuate a 5-story apartment building that caught fire was successful.
5-story building. Heavy fire on every floor of the building. Upon arrival, we had heavy smoke and flame.
Investigation underway there. The Italian fashion designer Valentino has died. He was 93 years old. This is CBS News.
I'm Major Garrett. Follow and listen to The Takeout on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. The Hawks destroyed the 49ers. Now bring on the Rams. More on the big playoff run in just a moment. But first, let's get a look at the roads from Chris Sullivan.
And we're doing really well at this point, Frank. Because of the MLK Jr. holiday, it's a very light traffic day. Just a little bit of braking on northbound I-5 approaching the Ship Canal Bridge, where we have the 2 left lanes blocked for construction. So just a little bit of a time lost, really just kind of some hesitation there. We do have a crash about the middle of the West Seattle Bridge in the eastbound direction. Not sure which lane because it's super foggy, but I know we're backing up kind of severely. So give yourself about an extra 10 minutes to get across the bridge and work your way over to I-5. I-5 itself, only 35 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle, 35 as well from Puyallup to Renton. Renton to Bellevue is only 15. The lake bridges are quiet. Coming down from the north end, no issues at all. Only 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial 97.3 HD2.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Frank Lindsay. The Seattle Seahawks take on the LA Rams this Sunday in the NFC Championship game. Saturday, of course, they rolled to a victory over the 49ers with a final score 41-6. That lopsided win is giving fans confidence for the next matchup.
Oh, they're going all the way. Super Bowl, baby.
Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. End of the story. We're winning it. Let's go.
I spoke with KIRO 7. Again, the Hawks meet the Rams at Lumen Field Sunday at 3:30. You can catch all the action right here on KIRO News Radio. Traffic was a nightmare on I-5 North in Pierce County this morning. Started with a crash near the Pierce-King County line. Trooper Cameron Watts.
That escalated to 20 cars being involved. And as a result, there were multiple vehicles that were disabled in the roadway. Some vehicles were able to pull off to the right shoulder, but it only left the far right lane open while the rest of the lanes were blocked.
Final tally, 21 vehicles involved, 1 person in the hospital. The debris involved here were things like pieces of muffler and bumper that were from a car crash that happened right before 5 a.m. But again, everything is reopened down there now. State Patrol issuing an endangered missing persons alert for 21-year-old Hannah Marie Davis of Bremerton. Investigators say she has the mental capacity of a 10-year-old and was lured from her home Saturday night by 21-year-old convicted rapist Leroy Franklin Nichols, who's believed to be a transient in the Thurston and Lewis County areas. If you see either one of them, call 911. You can look at their pictures at mynorthwest.com. State lawmakers taking another shot at protecting kids from addictive social media. Washington State Standard reports House Bill 1834 would block companies like Instagram and TikTok from showing addictive feeds to minors. It would also ban push notifications during school hours and overnight without parental consent. Your weather forecast is calling for sunshine the rest of the afternoon with a high of about 50 degrees. Partly cloudy tomorrow. There will be some fog in the morning, but after it burns off, again, we should hit 50. Partly cloudy, 47 on Wednesday, and more fog on Thursday morning, but otherwise, another sunny day, a little cooler, 44 on Thursday. It's 38 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. We are here today, but want to remind everyone that today's a day in remembrance and honoring of Dr. Martin Luther King today. So that's an awesome for us to be talking about that. Ursula, before I say good morning to you, of course, I got another book that I'm reading. It's called Millionaire Milestones, is what I'm reading. And just started it this morning. Well, one of the questions, and by the way, this is not there's no wrong answer. No wrong answer. And it's a would you rather.
Oh.
Would you rather earn $1 million a year or right now be worth $1 million? You don't have to answer that. We can kind of answer that a little bit later. So yeah, earn $1 million a year or be worth $1 million right now.
Just right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Earn.
Okay. There's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
So it's all
because
about.
I want it just to keep
coming. All right. So what's going on this hour?
Okay. Well, coming up at 10:30, we are going to talk about, speaking of money.
Okay.
So someone had a really, 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 really good, lucrative job.
Okay.
And then decided to put that to the side and do something that you might be surprised to learn that he did. And I'm curious if you would be willing to do that. If you were so miserable in the work that you do, even though it just gives you lots of money and allows you to do all these things that you want to do, but you are miserable and it's not your passion, would you give it all up to do something else? And what else would that be?
Let's talk
Text
about
us at 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
What's new at 10?
And as we've been telling you, Seattle didn't just beat San Francisco. They steamrolled them, blowing out the 49ers 41-6 on Saturday. The Seahawks looked very fast. They were very physical, and they were relentless from the opening snap to the final whistle. And now all eyes turn to Sunday, where the Rams stand in the way of an even bigger prize, G. And you said, hey, can you just allow us to enjoy the win? So I gave us an extra hour because we need to talk about our next opponent. Head coach Mike Macdonald was asked about his approach to the game against LA.
It's nice to get some confirmation, on how you do stuff, but we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do what we do after game and try to nail the heck out of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just keep stacking it. And I'll tell you what, our players' demeanor and their attitude has really just made that whole philosophy come to life, and they've been tremendous.
Okay, so let's talk about LA. Since some folks were wishing that we could face the Bears. I mean, that was a close game, by the way. I mean, I was at the Neil Diamond show last night, and it was tied.
Yeah.
Then it was overtime. Then I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So some folks were hoping that we'd play the Bears, but now we've got LA. Right. So what are the keys to the game?
All right. So I just wanted to, let the record reflect. In the 9 o'clock hour, I wanted to enjoy what happened on Saturday without having to worry about what's going on the rest of the week and on Sunday. But Ursula says, okay, G, I've given you an hour. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Head coach Mike Macdonald was on our sister station, Seattle Sports, was on with Brock and Salk. The Brock and Salk show, you can hear that every single day, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 10. Every Monday or every time after a game, they sit down with head coach Mike Macdonald. Today was no different. They did that. Coming out of that, news just broke that Seattle head coach Mike Macdonald has said that Zach Charbonnet will miss the remainder of the postseason due to a significant injury suffered in a Saturday's NFC divisional round win over the Niners. Zach Charbonnet is part of the two-headed tandem between he and Kenneth Walker III.
Right.
So Zach Charbonnet, who has been phenomenal the last 6-7 games, been huge for the run game.
That is such a bummer for him. Okay, that's breaking news.
That's breaking news, according to Mike Macdonald on the Brock and Salk show. They sit down with him every time after a big game. That news just came out.
Okay. Do the LA Rams have injured players too, or are they playing full?
I mean, they have it. They have injured. I mean,
this far in the season.
This far in the season.
Yeah.
But for the most part. But let me just be simple and say this: what you guys are seeing, Ursula. Since I've been my new book, Millionaire Milestones, I want to talk about compound interest. Compound interest are small, little, consistent deposits made over time that end up being dominating at some point.
Yes.
The Seattle Seahawks this season has been making small deposits all year long. That's why Niner fans bragged about, hey, the Niners beat you guys week 1. But the Seahawks aren't the same team as they were week 1 because they have made those deposits. Meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers, they had Brandon Ayuk, who was his wide receiver, who they paid a bunch of money to. He said he don't want to be a part of the team. So negative, sometimes when you make those withdrawals during the season, it catches up to you. That's what's going to help the Seahawks going forward on Sunday because this isn't the same team anymore. The same way this isn't the same Ursula anymore, right? This team collective, if you looked at this team and said, hey, this team, I like them. They seem like they're together. A bunch of come together as teammates. I like how coming together they are. Well, those deposits make them what you saw on Saturday.
Yes.
And that's why they dominate them 41-6.
Yes. So the answer to your question, in other words, would be you want to be worth the $1 million today. Is that what you're saying?
I was not going into that because I think if we do talk about that later, I think that's really subjective.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's really subjective.
It all depends. There's a lot of other factors that need to go in.
Yes.
Okay, so you and I have been complaining about this for a while, but now it is finally happening.
What's that?
So we're told. This was in the Seattle Times. King County is finally going to start enforcing its long-announced requirement that most office employees show up in person at least 3 days a week. Okay, just 3 days, right? Because they went from 2 days to 3 days. This is post-pandemic. The first employees to feel the shift were in the King County Executive's office under Executive Gurmai Zahalai at the start of this year. And now other departments are drafting their own return-to-office plans, and then there's supposed to be broader enforcement. I say supposed to be because, I mean, this has been talked about for a while. Zahalai's office told the Seattle Times the push is about boosting collaboration, speeding up decision-making, and rebuilding workplace relationships that are not easy or not really doable on Zoom. But labor unions are fighting back, as you can imagine. Some employees were previously told that remote work would be permanent, and the unions warned that the change could hit working families hardest, and several have signaled that they plan to bargain over the shift. County leaders also point out that remote work is not universal. Nearly 3/4 of the county's 18,000 employees, bus drivers, jail staff, and other frontline workers have been in person all along. But for office workers, home has largely remained the office. So what are you making of that? I mean, a 2024 audit found that county buildings are still mostly empty, and also found that on an average day, only about a quarter of desks were actually occupied.
Yeah. Well, I think that, Ursula, everyone listening, some of you all disagree with our stance on work from home. And Ursula, I think I'm sharing this with you. I think that you should be in the office, but how about I take another approach? I'll take another approach this way, and let's not make this agree to disagree on something. This is what I'll say. If you are someone that does work from home, and that's what you do every single day, it helps you out with your work-life balance, everything you got going on in your life. Great. Awesome. Suggestion, though. Make sure somehow you are continuing to grow your network in some way. So that might mean maybe it's a coworker that you meet for coffee at some point. Maybe that's time for you to go inside of the office if there's a leadership meeting. You are staying connected, because what you don't want to do is wait to, if something were to happen, then what happens is you get on LinkedIn. And while LinkedIn today is not the same as yesterday, everybody's on LinkedIn. So it seems less natural when you're trying to, hey, Ursula, I see your company's hiring.
You're watching out for their best interest. And if I understand what you're saying, I think that there are folks who are working from home. It has not affected, or maybe it's even improved productivity. This is not the issue. This is not the issue.
Right.
What is the issue is when you have especially public-facing or work that has to do with the public, and it is not getting done at the efficacy or, with the same level that it was prior to when people went remote. That's an issue. And I think it's mostly, I don't blame anymore the people who are working from home, but it's more a management issue. It sounds like to me that the county is afraid to fight against the union to make people, they're begging for people to just come back 3 days a week. Now you've got all these empty spaces. If you have all those empty spaces, the other thing would be, if you're not going to change it, then get rid of the empty spaces. The taxpayers are paying for empty buildings.
Yes. Okay. Now you're talking about on the government side of things,
yes,
right?
Yes.
On the government side of
exactly.
things. But now let's look at it from the other side, and especially on the private side of things. There are some people that are looking at this. They're saying, Okay, downtown.
Yeah.
Okay, empty buildings. Guess what this means, landlord? You're going to have to come down on the prices.
Yeah, come down on the prices, and then also convert, which is not an easy thing. I understand, but the thing is, don't continue to pay for empty buildings. And I am talking specifically because this is
about
specifically
yeah.
about King County doing this, and they've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it.
Yeah.
And finally, apparently, they're going to try to push for people to be there. Just think about this: 3 days a week. And of course, and I understand the time. Marie from Mukilteo points out the correct bad timing to require more in office while the mess on I-5 revive. You're right about that.
Oh, wait. Did we not? Did we not in our pre-show meeting?
Yes.
I think it was you that said that this would come up.
Yes, absolutely. It is going to come up. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, just so you know, though, now they're going to be required to come in 3 days a week. When was the last time you've been to the Seattle Center?
Oh,
well, Space Needle.
Yeah, September.
Yeah, or
September.
if you go to Climate Pledge. Well, it continues to be a space for the city's entertainment. Number of visitors skyrocketing since the pandemic. But there's a question, and this is from an article in the Seattle Times. Is it too costly to maintain? So there was a recent fire alarm that failure, and it forced staff to stay on the Seattle Center grounds ready to manually pull fire alarms, and that cost the city more than $100,000. It's just one example of widespread problems across the Seattle Center grounds. It spans like 74 acres. And so there are new investments like Climate Pledge. I don't know if you've seen KEXP, but that's really cool because it's like the radio station, also a gathering space for people to have coffee and such. And those are updated, but there are many nearby buildings that are decades past their intended lifespan. So city officials are estimating Seattle Center would need a $500 million upgrade just to fix the aging systems, from leaky fountains, faulty elevators, et cetera, et cetera. Bottom line is, my question to all of you, and this is not just if you live in Seattle, but how important is Seattle Center to the fabric of the city and this region to you?
Well,
is it worth investing that kind of money?
I believe it is, right? I believe that Seattle Center does need to be updated. I do believe that it is such a beautiful thing when you can go from the Space Needle and you go on through all of the things that happen. I do believe that. But you ready for this now? We get taxed to death so much.
Yeah.
You need a $500 million.
Public-private partnership. Needs to be more of a public-private.
Yeah, it needs more private.
Yeah.
More private, because we already are taxed on everything else. So you can't start to, it's hard to pick and choose what things you want to get money for when we know.
Well, we have a budget deficit right now, and in the grand scheme of things, people are feeling overtaxed. So, yeah, the question is, where does this fall in line?
So when people are saying, oh, my goodness, we have a spending problem in this state, which, okay, that's fair to say that, as long as you also say we also have a problem with things having to maintain in this state.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that
what
continue.
You're going to cut? What are you going to cut to save Seattle Center? I guess that would be the question. And it's an answer I don't have. I think it is a vital part of the city and this region. But, you know, the Space Needle is privately owned. But there's still Seattle Center as a gathering place. I still think it's a great thing. So I would hate for it to go by the wayside. But, yeah, where is that $500 million going to come from? Hey, real quick question.
Yeah?
How do you feel about kids using curse words?
You know how I am about this.
Because there's a new poll that says parents nowadays seem to be more relaxed about their children using swear words. The survey found only half of the parents they got responses from said children should never swear. And here's the co-director of this survey.
Parents of teens felt like the reason that their kids swear is kind of to fit in, because that's the way teens talk these days. And that's different than the parents of younger kids who said swears to get attention or because they think it's funny.
Now, in this poll, most parents say their kids learn curse words from other kids the most, also on social media. I would argue that a lot of kids learn from their parents.
All right. So, the Gen Zs, the Sophias and the Nicks of the world, they have been teaching us that when we were parents and our parents are parents, the idea of, why can't I do this? Because I said so, they said doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? So here we are today. If the parents are swearing all the time, and the child wants to mimic the parents by swearing and saying what you're saying, the only way to prevent little Joey or Sarah from swearing
foul mouth
is to say, because I said so.
Or just not swear yourself, which is proven really hard for me.
Okay, right? We're trying to be better parents.
Yes.
And I agree. The because I said so, which by the way worked in my opinion, but
I never use that.
But these new parents, they want you to, hey, what do you want for dinner? Do you want to wear rubber boots with your pajamas to Safeway?
Yeah. Okay, text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
All right, coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, we're going to be talking about some sound here that...
No, we're going to talk about, remember a job that someone gave up? So is a really high-paying job that someone gave up. Would you be willing to give up a real high-paying job to do something that pays a lot less, but maybe you're a lot happier?
All right. Gee and Ursula.
One win away from the Super Bowl.
You stacked plays. It started with a 95-yard. Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish.
We play our style of play. Games can look like this often.
The table is set for the NFC Championship game. Sunday at Lumen Field against the Rams. Kickoff at 3:30.
Job's not done.
We're going to do the same thing.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle and the home of the Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZzzQuil Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Nearing retirement? Do you know what retirement will cost you? John Curley here from Madrona Financial. Retirement isn't just about income. It's about avoiding big mistakes and blind spots that hurt so many. Taxes, healthcare, inflation. Even with reasonable growth, those three alone can wreck your retirement if ignored. Gain knowledge on how to turn your money into a system that supports you when times are good or bad. Join Matt Beyer and Madrona Financial and CPAs for a free virtual retirement planning workshop Tuesday, the 27th of January at 6:30 p.m. Attend from the comfort of your own home. Bring your spouse, too. You'll learn what a complete retirement plan looks like, not just a portfolio. Just call right now to RSVP, and they'll email you the Zoom link. Again, Tuesday, the 27th, 6:30 p.m., online via Zoom. To RSVP, call 833-673-7373 or sign up online at madronafinancial.com/events. It's free, but you'll need to RSVP. Call 833-673-7373.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com. KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. Some breaking Seattle Seahawks news. They have lost running back Zach Charbonnet to a knee injury for the rest of their playoff run. Coach Mike McDonald broke the news on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports.
Breaks your heart. He's going to need surgery, so he's going to be out for. He's got a good long road to come back, but so that's a heart goes out to him. So prayers goes out to Sharbs, and we love him, man. Just this guy is the epitome of what it means to be a Seahawk. I mean, absolute tough as nails, great teammate, great human being.
He suffered his injury in Saturday night's win over the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, the Hawks are getting ready to host the NFC Championship game Sunday afternoon at Lumen Field.
All right, so now we face another divisional rival, the LA Rams. They beat the Chicago Bears in overtime yesterday. It's going to be a day game for the Hawks. Kickoff is Sunday at 3:30 in the afternoon, but it is the second game, so that means it's the most important game. It's what everyone wants to watch. Tickets at Lumen Field right now on the resale market already going for $950 at the 300 level. You want 50-yard line seats right behind the bench? $3,300.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey. Frightening moments at the Seattle Thunderbirds hockey game in Kent over the weekend. Player collapsed on the ice, needed CPR. Defenseman Joe Gramer went headfirst into the boards after a hit by a Portland Winterhawks player Saturday night. Gramer taken out the ice on a stretcher, rushed to the hospital, but he's already out of the hospital now. That Portland player was ejected from the game. Police looking for the person who shot and killed a 44-year-old man in Federal Way over the weekend at the Celebration Park Apartments, according to KIRO 7. That apartment complex across from the Safeway on South 320th Street. Investigators say the shooting started with a fight between two people who knew each other. On Wall Street, the markets closed today in honor of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Let's get a look at the roads now. Sully's watching traffic for us.
And it's about as quiet as it can be out there, Frank. At this point, we're looking at just a little bit of braking here and there. One of the spots, northbound I-5, as you get across the Ship Canal Bridge, where we have the two left lanes blocked for construction. Just a little bit of braking as you come up from Mercer. Really not as bad as we've seen during the first week of the months of hell for our construction there. So that's really it. The accident on the West Seattle Bridge heading eastbound has cleared out of the way and really all green across the rest of the map. We've got 35 minutes between Federal Way and Seattle, Puyallup and Renton, Everett to Seattle, Everett to Bellevue, all 35 minutes. The lake bridges are also super quiet. So all in all, we are in a very good spot. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app and stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
Your weather forecast is calling for sunshine and 50 degrees today. Partly cloudy tomorrow. We'll get some of that fog back in the morning, but otherwise sunny in the afternoon. Again, 50 degrees. Partly cloudy, 47 on Wednesday. It's 39 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. 425 just texted in and says, the solution is clear. Call beast mode. I do have a question about that, though. Can they bring somebody else in, or they just have to work with current roster?
They'll work with their backup, with the current roster, and then they can always...
For Zach Charbonnet.
And they can bring someone, that's not committed to a team and all that. Yeah, they can do that.
They also have a really big, strong fullback they could utilize. Oots. He could be in the run game.
Oh, okay. Good point. Okay, so we've got options.
Yeah, we'll see. By the way, Ursula, how come you haven't mentioned the weather today?
I've been busy.
Did you?
It's gorgeous.
It never stopped you before.
Yeah, I know. It is gorgeous, though. The weather has been beautiful the last couple of days.
Man.
So amazing.
It gives everybody a little glimmer like, hey, I know you all talk down on Seattle. I know you guys like to badmouth this place in December and January, but don't you know, just coming up here pretty soon, you're going to be loving it again.
And talk about what it was like to have that kind of weather on Saturday's game.
Oh, gosh.
Didn't it feel? I mean, and just
man,
all of it. It just seems like it would have been just all magical all around.
It was magical.
Yeah, that is so cool. Okay, so I wanted to share this story because I saw it on Como 4 News, and it just begs the question: if you ever wish you could just jump career paths, it might not be too late. And here's why. David Oakenfold is a Kirkland resident. He had built a long-time lucrative career in sales, but then, as can happen, one day he woke up and said, you know what? I want to make a change. So he gave up that high-paying sales job, and he became a local bus driver. And he sat down with Como 4 News to explain why.
3-ish years ago, my wife left corporate to work for the city parks department, and she loved it. About April of last year, I made the jump. I said, I want to leave this game and I want to look after others and me more than I've been able to. I enjoy it. It's more rewarding. More people now say thank you to me daily than they did in more than a year of my last job. When I did leave my previous role, I was doing it, I believe, for myself and my family. No one wanted to see me come home grumpy daily.
Okay, you and I love our jobs.
We do.
So luckily we don't have to make a decision like this, but I'm sure there are times in your life where you didn't love your job.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't afford to make those decisions.
True.
And I think that, by the way, I'm so glad we're talking about this. And one of the questions you had asked earlier, if I remember, I don't know if you really asked it right now. Here's a question. If you made great money, but you were miserable in what you did every single day, would you still do it? And I'll answer that now. Absolutely not. Because I really now better understand that miserable stuff that you're talking about, that's weighing on you. So if you're not here anymore, because stress will take you out. If you're not here anymore, none of that matters.
This is true.
And so I can say that one of the things that I have been thinking about, especially today, it's funny you asked, I was on the Stairmaster. What amount of money do I need to get to where I could say, because I think what happens is I would love to be a greeter one day at a grocery store where they check your receipts and all that. Because sometimes you might take less money, but you did well enough with money to where you don't need as much.
Yes.
So that's the game. But what we do here, this is like being a greeter. This job we have.
Okay, I won't go that far. Because it can. There are days that it's extremely stressful. It can be taxing, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't want to make it sound like, hey, what we're doing is like anyone can do it.
No, every job's a job, though,
yes,
Ursula.
But
every job has stress.
Yes, but we still really enjoy it. I will tell you that in my nearly 40 years here, there were many years I was like, I would happily, and I'll tell you when it was especially acute, is when I was in management. It's like I would happily just, have a little ice cream shop and scoop ice cream for people and see happy smiles and ask them, what flavor do you want? Mm-hmm. There were and I totally get that. And how freeing is it if you are able to do it and just say, you know what? I have enough money. I am in a good enough place, and I'm just going to do this for fun.
Right.
And I totally get what this guy. I admire. I don't think he's a nut. I mean, my opening question was, did you think he's nutty or is this inspirational? And I think it's if you are able to do something that brings you joy and still make a go of it, go for it. And my older son yesterday told me that he went to one of those cold plunge places. You do the sauna and the cold plunge. And someone had just opened a pop-up here locally, and it was a young woman who had been in high-tech, high paying job and was like, yeah, I'm done with that. I'm just going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to open up this thing and see if I can make a go of it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It is, again, you got to watch the show Landman, because last night's episode on Landman, Billy Bob Thornton talks a lot about this, because sometimes things might not go right at a certain period of time, but you got to celebrate right now.
It's so true. Greg in the 206 texted in and said, I worked at Boeing for 12 years. I was making well over $40 an hour back before the pandemic. The problem was the hours that they demanded that we work never left me with any free time with my family or to enjoy the money I was earning. So I quit back in 2018, started working a minimum wage job with animals, which was always a passion of mine. I adjusted my lifestyle to my new income, and I've never been happier working in my life. No wage is truly worth it if you can't enjoy your job and life, and I recommend everyone go out and work in their passion field. Life is too short not to be enjoying it. Money does not buy happiness.
Big facts.
Wow.
Big facts.
I mean, they always say, you always hear that advice that if you work with something that you are passionate about, it never feels like it's actually work. And it's so true. Unfortunately, so many people don't get that opportunity.
And they talk about your earning years, the most is usually up to about 61. And then after that, it kind of goes down a little bit. But hey, do what you love. I'm telling you, Ursula.
Catherine wanted to ask, too, if any other Gee and Ursula Show listeners have mentally seen a huge shift once you enter your late 40s or early 50s when it comes to work and what's important. I think that's what's happening with you.
You dang on right.
50s looming large.
Yeah. Coming up next, scenarios, Gee and Ursula.
When the Seahawks make history.
Hello!
KIRO Newsradio's giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship game.
Oh, my word!
Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Download the KIRO Newsradio app and click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
This should be fun.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
For almost 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me, John Curley here. If comfort and energy savings matter to you, now is the time. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Home Comfort Alliance will replace your system with one tailored to your home's layout and energy optimization. Visit homecomfortalliance.com to save up to $2,000 on a Lennox and schedule a free consultation. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, your New Year goals start now. Get limited time savings on our most popular treatments at Revive Men's Health. Visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com to see if you qualify to save hundreds.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
It is the the Gee and Ursula Show. Let's get to good old scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I'm doing my job. I'm hitting all the deadlines. Absolutely no drama when it comes to me. But every time that there is a meeting, my coworker waits until the end to poke holes in my work. Never does this to my face, but always does it in front of management. I've asked if there's an issue, and they say, all good. And then they do this to me every time. So here's my question. Do I confront this directly and risk looking emotional? Or keep documenting everything and let the receipts speak for themselves? 888-973-5476. Ursula, you have the bat first.
Is this person a colleague or a supervisor? Sorry.
A colleague.
A colleague.
So a colleague keeps, they don't say it to their face, but in front of management, they poke holes in their work in front of management.
Yeah, that's not cool. And how I would do both. I would document. I would address it directly. You don't have to be emotional, quote unquote, to address it directly.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, I have noticed that you have been bringing this up on a consistent basis, not to me directly, but to our managers. And this is how it is impacting me. I would appreciate it if you talk directly to me if you have an issue with my work before you go to management.
Yeah.
I would just nip it at the butt. There are people who want to undermine you. Clearly, this person does not have your back. Clearly, this person thinks that they are going to, maybe get kudos, maybe get promotion or something, some kind of benefit by, essentially undermining you.
Yeah.
And you need to put an end to that.
One of the things I do want to talk about, and before I answer it, Sophia, I'm going to come to you, is why does it seem like that there is this idea that someone has to lose for someone to win? You know what I mean? Like, why is that?
Yeah.
Is there certain people that feel like I need to step on that person?
Character flaws.
To step up.
People are human.
So instead of, on your work, Ursula, I got one for you. In the dating world, we call that dirty macking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we call that dirty macking. For an example, you're out to date, you're out and about.
Yeah.
And she's telling you, it's like, hey, so tell me about your, the past and everything. So they start talking about their ex and all of the wrong things that he would do. You take that time to dirty mac. Right? To like, oh, yeah, I would never do that. Oh, yeah, actually, I know somebody that knows your ex. Yeah, they said this. So you do that to lift yourself up.
Yeah, and it doesn't do that.
Instead of going on your own merit, by the way.
Yes.
It always comes back to bite you.
Yes.
Dirty macking.
Yes. And same with the person who is tattling to the boss. First of all, here's another part.
Huh.
That manager should put an end to that practice. That's not cool.
Yeah.
As a manager, I would also ask, hey, have you talked directly to this colleague? And by the way, if it's a coworker, it's not their responsibility to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I would document, but I would also have that conversation with that person.
All right, Sophia. Talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in situations like this, it's when people show their true colors. And I'm already like, you're like, I could have a conversation with them. But if someone's already acting like this, having a conversation with them might not even solve the problem. You might just want to take a mental note for yourself and be like, okay, I know how this person operates, and I know how to be and how not to be in front of them, and just kind of keep that for the future.
That's what I do. I just keep that mental note and just charge it to the game and just be like, okay, you know what I mean? Now, I will say this.
I cannot do that.
Okay, you can't. No, but I will say this.
Yeah.
They said they poke holes in their work. Now, I'm going to say this. This is why maybe I'm getting older. Do better work. Obviously, this person is poking holes in your work. Do better work. This should be something for you to make sure you're on top of your game even more. Even though they're dirty macking on you, I get that. But also, look at what you can do better.
Yeah, but okay, so, and this is the part that we don't know. was there an actual issue with the work, or is this someone who is just trying to brown nose? You know what I'm saying? And like, hey, look, this is how I fixed this. This is how I did this. It's like,
if there's no problem, Ursula, with the work, and that person keeps dirty macking on you with the boss, it's gonna end up going back on them.
Yeah. I would still, again, have that conversation.
Yeah.
Do the best work that you have. And then I would also talk to the boss.
What do you got, Brother Nick?
Well, I feel like if nothing is said and done about it, this problem's just going to get worse and worse to the point where it ain't going to be about work anymore. It might get personal because as far as I'm concerned, you don't know who you're dealing with when it comes to what kind of tea they're going to spill about you, monitoring your work, so to speak. So sooner rather than later, get this bug off the back with an ambush attack, getting in their face and asking what their whole story is following you. It can be a message to the rest of the office as well, that they need to fend for themselves and let the bosses do their boss work rather than trying to be the teacher's pet out there.
Yeah. We had our last topic, Ursula, and you were talking about, gave the story about the person that left their job to do something that made them happy. And we had Future Fossil in Olympia, Texas.
I just saw that.
And they said, as an intensive care nurse for many years, I promise you that no one lays on their deathbed and wishes they spent more time at their jobs, especially the ones they hate. Yep. Leave your soul-sucking job and put joy and peace back into your life. The money has a way of working itself out. And I got to say thank you for that text.
True.
And I agree. And I think that's what turning 50 for me is, Ursula. Putting joy and peace back into your life.
Good. Yeah. It's always good to have a refresh every decate. I had that at turning 60.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for hanging out with us here on the Gee and Ursula Show. One of the questions I asked Ursula this, and maybe we'll cover this in 11 o'clock hour. I said, what would you rather have? Would you rather earn $1 million a year or right now be worth $1 million? So we can play with that question. It's not a wrong answer. We'll do all that next. Gee and Ursula.
One win away from the Super Bowl.
You stacked plays. It started with a 95-yard.
Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish.
We play our style of play. Games can look like this often.
The table is set for the NFC Championship game. Sunday at Lumen Field against the Rams. Kickoff at 3:30.
Job's not done. We're going to do the same thing.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle and the home of the Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical, there's no beating CM Heating.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The nicotine in e-cigarettes is addictive and can harm brain development. That's why I worry about teens who try e-cigarettes. Many young people use pod-based e-cigarettes like Juul, which have high levels of nicotine. And because teens' brains are still developing, they can quickly become addicted. The tobacco industry uses fruit and candy flavors to attract young people, often turning them into lifelong users. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year. VCRs are disappearing, and the clock is ticking to save your family's most important memories. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve your memories by converting all your videotapes, photos, and film reels into digital files. And this year, it's easier than ever.
Introducing our biggest kit yet, able to hold up to 80 videotapes or film reels or 2,000 photos. It's perfect for big collections. You can even send in old DVDs, memory cards, flip phones, or early generation iPhones.
Legacy Box is truly the easiest New Year's resolution you'll ever keep. Just fill your box and send it in. As the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, all work is done in the U.S., and we're trusted by over 1 million families.
Start the new year right by rescuing the moments you haven't watched in years. Go to legacybox.com/radio for an incredible 55% off. That's legacybox.com/radio for 55% off.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years. And here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So, hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump says starting next month, he will impose 10% tariffs on NATO allies that have sent military forces into Greenland. He plans to increase the tariffs to 25% on June 1st and keep them in place until the U.S. reaches a deal to acquire Greenland. Also, President Trump has reached out to the Prime Minister of Norway, linking his stance on Greenland to his failure to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. CBS's Olivia Gazis on that.
The European officials that we've been speaking to today say the reaction that they have to this was pretty much one of astonishment, because this wasn't just a private expression of disappointment from the president to the Norwegians. This message was clearly meant to be widely known. CBS News had also confirmed through multiple European sources that the White House sent the exact text of that message to embassies here across Washington, ensuring that it reached other European leaders.
It's brutally cold here in the Midwest, with wind chills making it feel below zero this afternoon. In Minneapolis, where protesters have taken to the streets for over a week, CBS's Ian Lee reports.
Maybe this cold is keeping people away, but we also know that there are communities, there are neighbors who are organizing to help immigrant families who are in hiding. So while you don't have nearly the big numbers out here as you did in the George Floyd protests, there still is a community very active.
Americans nationwide are remembering the legacy of civil rights activist Martin Luther King Jr. today. WSB's Graham Carroll.
Hundreds gathering for the beloved community service at Ebenezer. Most people I talked to spoke of Dr. King's goals of peace and unity and why his message is as urgent as ever.
Uncertainty, a lot of people who are hungry, jobless, and there's a lot of violence.
In this climate, it means so much to say the word peace and to actualize it.
Hopefully, generations to come will know what this event means.
Another common refrain, do acts of service to better the community, and also be sure to show up and vote. Graham Carroll for CBS News, Atlanta.
Famous designer Valentino has died at age 93, according to his foundation. CBS's Sabina Castelfranco in Rome.
In a statement, the foundation said that Valentino Garavani was not only a constant guide and inspiration for all of us, but a true source of light, creativity, and vision. His funeral will be held at a famous church in central Rome after his body lies in state at the Valentino Foundation for 2 days.
It didn't last long, but parts of the Florida Panhandle have gotten snow for the second straight year. Michael Rainier lives in near Panama City.
Kind of surprised more than anything, and not very excited about it. I mean, we live in the South, so it's not something we look forward to.
This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Seahawks are just 1 win away from the Super Bowl, but they'll have to get there without Zach Charbonnet. We'll tell you why. But first, we need to get a look at the roads. Here's Chris Sullivan.
And on this MLK Day, a Junior Day holiday, we have a very light condition out there. It is about as nice as it is to get around as you could possibly imagine. We just have a couple little spots to worry about for those of you on northbound I-5 as you make your way up toward the Ship Canal Bridge. We see the braking there because we still have the 2 left lanes blocked for construction. Just a little bit of backing up. It's not back all the way to Mercer like we saw last week, so maybe a minute or two to keep in mind getting out of downtown. But other than that, the rest of the map looks great. Looking at the Renton S-curve, seeing a little slowing there at the top of them. By the time you're up to 30th, though, it's a pretty good drive. Really under 20 minutes to make it from Renton to Bellevue. Behind that, the Valley Freeway is quiet. It looks like we might have a crash down the hill on 18, working your way to the 167 corridor. Just seeing some braking away from I-5. Better way to Seattle, about 35 minutes coming down from the north end. No real issues today. 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. This traffic report brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text app to 888-973-5476. Download the KIRO Newsradio App, listen to your favorite shows, and you can get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. The Seattle Seahawks are going to have to finish their playoff run without running back Zach Charbonnet. He suffered a significant knee injury in Saturday night's win over the 49ers. Head coach Mike McDonald tells 710 Seattle Sports, Charbonnet is the epitome of what it means to be a Seahawk.
Plays his tail off, detail-oriented, unselfish, and it just hurts, man. It hurts that it's going on, but he's going to be back. He's going to be back stronger than ever. The guys are going to pick him up.
He's going to need surgery, and again, he is done for the postseason. The Hawks, who pummeled the 49ers 41-6 over the weekend, are now getting ready for the NFC Championship game this Sunday. Fans who spoke to KIRO 7 were pumped up after Rashid Shaheed returned the opening kickoff Saturday night, 95 yards for a touchdown.
That's the way to start the game. We're going to win this thing. We're going to the Super Bowl.
They're going to have to get through the LA Rams to get there. One person hurt in a crash involving 21 vehicles. Traffic was tied up for hours this morning on I-5 northbound near the Pierce-King County line. This is Washington State Trooper Cameron Watts.
It was originally called out as a one or two car collision that left debris in the roadway. One of our commercial vehicle enforcement officers just happened to come across it.
The rest of the vehicles involved here were either damaged by debris or in other minor collisions in the backup. No word yet what caused that initial crash. Semi-truck driver facing DUI charges after police say they hit a snowplow on eastbound I-90 near Kittitas on Saturday night. Plow driver's already out of the hospital. Semi-truck driver still under investigation for DUI. Your weather forecast is calling for sunshine this afternoon, a high of 50 degrees. Tomorrow morning, look for fog, but it'll burn off and make way for sunshine. Again, about 50 tomorrow, 47 degrees, partly cloudy on Wednesday, mostly cloudy on Thursday with a high of 44. We are now at 40 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to all of you in celebration of Dr. King on this beautiful day. Thank you all for joining us. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. Hey, coming up at 11:30, we do Agree to Disagree. As always, we invite you to join us on our text line. I can tell on the text line today, a lot of people are taking the day off.
Right.
Have you kind of gotten that feeling? Yeah. A lot of people are really enjoying this holiday.
Yeah, somebody texted in and said, I like you guys better when it's the best of.
Noted. Text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Should you have to show your ID to browse certain parts of the internet? The reason I'm asking this question is because Washington lawmakers are weighing a bill that would require age verification to get to certain adult websites. It's a move that supporters say is all about protecting kids online. This is a bipartisan proposal, and it is similar to one in Texas that has already been upheld by the Supreme Court, and it would put Washington in line with about 25 other states. Opponents are arguing that the bill risks user privacy by requiring online ID checks, and it could chill access to legal content, including educational or LGBTQ plus material, and would be easy to bypass. So that's what they're saying is these are the reasons not to go for this. But supporters say there is new technology that can verify age without storing personal data and would only apply to the restricted content. So if this passes, this law would be enforced by the state attorney general. There would be fines involved. We're talking up to $10,000 per day. And it could take effect later this year. Is this smart or is this government overreach?
I think it's government overreach. And I think that if you are having problems right now, if there's something like, hey, I'm having some problems with my teenager or my kid, something tells me, Ursula, that those problems aren't because of the websites they're accessing. And look, they can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It is way too late for all of you should do this now. They should have thought about all of this stuff before they did. They should have regulated the internet in the very beginning. Now that it's here, I think this is too much. I think there's privacy issues. I think you having to insert your information, saying who you are illegally, no.
They're saying, though, that this new technology can verify your age without, and my son actually happens to work in this area, so I know that that is true. And so I would say that I actually support this. I would like for Washington to be in line with the 25 other states. I'll point out again, this is a bipartisan proposal. It is one that is already being used. And I say that because I think kids are getting too much into things that they shouldn't be before the age of 18.
So what age is it? What age do you
18.
You need to be 18 years old to do this?
To get into other,
Okay.
I mean, you talk about whether it's porn addiction or whether it's, some other material that is on the internet that is just not for teenage, not for even adult consumption, much less teenage consumption. I think that there would be more good than bad when it comes to age verification. At least make it a little bit harder. Is it perfect? No. Mm-hmm. Would there be a ways around it? Probably.
Yeah.
But I can see where I think that this would actually be helpful.
Can we ask the youngsters?
Of course. We can always ask
Sophia,
the youngsters.
What you think?
Yeah, it's hard to say because I definitely grew up on an internet with no guardrails at all, especially in the beginning of the internet. Like there were access to things that you might not even been searching for. And I think there definitely needs to be some sort of guardrails for the internet, but I'm not sure if this is necessarily the solution because there's always going to be a way around it, right? There's always going to be some site that's not advertised as the site, and it's still going to have content that children shouldn't be seeing. So even if you're like, okay, you can't get on this site without an ID, there will still be other websites out there that children are accessing.
How did that work?
Like I say, it wouldn't be perfect, but it'd be something.
Yeah. I just think, but I think that something comes at it does not benefit people who are over the age having to give up their information consistently on each website all the time. So I'm saying the risk and reward thing does not match up to me. But I understand where there might be some guardrails. But one thing I know about these internets is I know that the children, they know the internets and how to get around all that way better than us boomers and Gen X. The reason why you call your grandson or your young coworker to help you out on some computer
speaking
stuff.
Of which,
there
was a time when this is so bad. There was a time. Okay, so my parents My parents and my in-laws helped us take care of the kids when I had to work and when Mark had to work. And I only found out much later that Opa, my father, caught the boys looking at things that they shouldn't be looking at on the internet. Yeah. And after Opa looked at it for a minute,
okay,
that just was like, wait, this happened? And you speak of, my dad didn't know how to, so it was like, okay, don't be looking at this. This shouldn't, but those eyes might have been prevented from seeing those things had there been some guardrails.
Right.
If they could, be asked at that young age to prove their, age.
Before you move on, Ursula, let me ask you this. Do you think, this is a question for all of you listening, do you think youngsters, teenagers get into more or less mischief than we used to?
Oh. I think they're more clever about it.
No, I'm going to answer this.
Yes.
I think that you and me, our generation, we got into way more mischief than kids are today. I think kids today, these kids are good kids compared to where we were.
And what is that based on, though? Gee, I have no idea. I think kids are going to be kids. And I think that there's more access to a lot of things that you don't want them to have easy access to.
Okay. You ready for me to base this?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. This is my own research. Kids can sneak out of the house less today than they did back then. We had no Ring cameras back then. There were no Ring cameras. There was nothing to say, hey, are you at the house? Yes.
Yeah, but we also didn't have the internet.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about the internet. Today, you can track where your kid is. Yesterday, when there was no internet, no technology, how many of you listening right now were at places that you knew you were never supposed to be? Another thing today I base it off of, these children today don't even want to get their license. As soon as we turned 16, we were out of the house. Today, these kids, hey, little 10-year-old, Mom, Dad, I want to come out. I want to go outside and hang out. Today's parents, okay, I got to be able to see you. Yesterday at 10 years old, we were gone 8-10 hours.
Helicopter parents weren't a thing. Okay, do you agree with G? Are kids today able to, or getting into less trouble?
Yes.
Or we were able to
kids
cause more mischief when we were kids? Text us 888-973-5476. 888-97.
Who took their mom and daddy's car? Who took their mom and daddy's car?
Dude, I did not ever take my mom and dad's car. If they told me not to take the car, I didn't take the car.
I think G's onto something, that today's kids are much better. And ironically, I think it is because of the cell phones. Because back in the day, there was all these excuses of why you couldn't get in touch with your kid when you're out. You had to call the home phone of the friend at the house or whatever that they said they were at, that they could say they were completely somewhere else. Now the phones, you can track where they're at and you can control the phone for the kid. And I think there's a little bit more control for the parent.
And today, one more thing, it's less forgiving. If you are a 17-year-old and you get caught doing something, the internet reminds you, it's all on Google.
Yeah.
So as soon as you put your name.
Again.
Now, for all of those that are not Ursulas of the world, but you're part of the G Scott, well, you didn't always do the right things. You mean to tell me if social media existed for some of us yesterday the way it does now, how would your life change?
You probably wouldn't be working here today.
Well, and that's a whole other conversation, too. I've seen before, a lot of young people is like, everything's on camera.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're
convincing me. You're
still
convincing
going
me.
to be clever. Like, people are still getting away with things, don't get me wrong. But the likelihood of getting caught is so much higher because you're like, oh, I was at this thing I wasn't supposed to be. Their mom sends them a video of them at that party, and you just can't help it.
They would ask, the adults downstairs would be partying. Like I said, again, some of you all have lived perfect lives. Thank you.
No
good
one's
job.
lived I snuck out too.
But when the kids were together and the adults were downstairs, hey, what are you guys doing? And we said, oh, we're just playing house. Okay. Now, if you told parents today that you were playing house,
let's say, no, you're not.
like our parents did not know what house was, and you definitely didn't want to play doctor. Oh Lord, doctor!
Those are like red flags for the parents. Like,
yeah.
wait a minute, what are you doing?
I'm having flashbacks. Oh, my goodness. Okay, text us, 888. You may have convinced me, G. You might have convinced me. 888-973-5476, 888-973, KIRO. If you guys aren't paying attention to national news, you know that President Trump is very, very interested in taking over Greenland. And even though the polls say that it's not a popular idea, he's insistent upon it. And now we're finding out that there was a letter from the president who says he's pursuing Greenland because he was snubbed for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Two sources tell CBS News the National Security Council forwarded a message from President Trump to European ambassadors in Washington, asking them to share it with their own leaders. The text, which was originally sent to Norway's prime minister, says because they did not award him the Nobel Peace Prize, he's no longer obligated to think, quote, purely of peace. The president argued the U.S. must have complete and total control of Greenland because he says Denmark can't defend it from Russia or China. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
So how interested are you in the U.S. taking over Greenland?
Well, I think that I want world peace. I think that I don't want to be at odds with Europe. I think that's not a great idea. But at the same time, I don't want everybody to act brand new, okay? Yeah. Donald Trump is doing things and kind of being bold and basically saying we want to take this place over, we want to take this place over. The difference between Donald Trump today and presidents in the past of yesterday, they used to hide it, and they used to say it in different ways. We are looking for weapons of mass destruction. So, yes, we might not like, and I don't like the possibility of going against Europe, but I want to remind everyone, we have a history in the United States of America of somehow, some way trying to dominate, but we try to hide it and act like we were just over there doing a recon mission.
Okay, I'm going to actually be a little stronger on this one because if you look at it, first of all, Greenland doesn't want it. They did a poll. 85% of their population is against becoming part of the U.S. They would like to be autonomous. They would eventually like to have their own independence. This would be, well, Americans are strongly against this, and that includes Republicans. What was it? There are only 15 to 20% in the United States who support this idea. And there's single-digit support for using military force. The European allies, they oppose it. So the idea, that could be damaging to NATO, which I think is a serious thing. And then there have been many, many experts who say that it is not strategically necessary. So if this is purely for an ego stroke because he was snubbed for the Nobel Peace Prize, which he eventually was given by that opposition leader in Venezuela who gave him hers, why doesn't he just drop this whole Greenland thing? Focus on other things. Still, let's focus on the price of eggs. Let's focus on, making America more affordable. Let's focus on what's going on here instead of this hyper focus on something that really is unnecessary. It's just causing unnecessary stress. Okay, let's move on, though, because I want to talk about something much more positive, which is our Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we had the breaking news. You broke it on our show.
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet is going to be out for the rest
of the postseason, the rest of the season. And this was according to, I want to give proper credit, Head coach Mike McDonald does a show on our Seattle sports station, the Brock and Salk Show, every time after a game, and he was on there this morning, and he let it be known because he had a knee injury, Ursula, in that Saturday game. Well, it's going to require surgery. He's going to be out for the remainder of the postseason.
What a bummer, though, because he's had an incredible season.
Yeah, he's had an incredible season.
Okay, so what does this mean playing against the Rams?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say next man up because this is what makes this team so good. They have had adversity throughout this year. They've had times when you had Devin Witherspoon. He was out. Ernest Jones IV for a time. He was out. Julian Love was out. They have had injuries all season where that happens. But the sign of a good team, whether it be pro sports or at work, the sign of a good team is when you have others that are able to step up. The Seahawks have that. So I'm not really concerned. Well,
they still did well against San Francisco without him because when did he have to get out of the game on Saturday? Because I remember someone said he was hurting.
Yeah, I don't remember when exactly it was.
Okay.
It kind of runs together because I was at the game. I don't remember what it was. But I will say that, look, all teams have, this late in the season, you might have some players that are injured. But on Sunday, don't you guys worry. I think the Seahawks are going to handle business. All right. Good stuff, Ursula.
Folks texting in.
Did you come around?
Dave in Snohomish County said it was just it's just different mischief.
Wait.
And then 206 says mischief today is more accepted than it was when we were growing up.
Well, I know Rob in Puyallup wins.
He's been on a roll.
He says Ursula snuck out, but drew the line and taking the car.
I did. Exactly. Because the car would have been too obvious.
All right. Coming up next is Agree to Disagree. Gee and Ursula.
One win away from the Super Bowl.
You stacked plays. It started with a 95-yard. Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish.
We play our style of play. Games can look like this often.
The table is set for the NFC Championship game. Sunday at Lumen Field against the Rams. Kickoff at 3:30.
Job's not done.
We're going to do the same thing.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle and the home of the Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to CarShield.com. That's CarShield.com today.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes, but not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Schedule your free consultation at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Frank Lindsay. The Seattle Seahawks backfield's taken a major hit heading into the NFC Championship. Zach Charbonnet out for the postseason after suffering a knee injury against San Francisco. Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald broke the news to Brock and Salk on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports.
Our heart goes out to him, so prayers goes out to Sharbs. And we love him, man.
The team says he'll have to have surgery, leaving Seattle to lean more heavily on its remaining backs. Now, the city has been buzzing after that game Saturday night.
Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. End of the story. We're going to win this thing. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, they're going all the way.
Those fans spoke with KIRO 7, 12s across the city, getting ready for the NFC Championship game Sunday afternoon against the LA Rams. Kickoff at 3:30, and you can hear that game right here on KIRO News Radio. Seattle police have arrested a 12-year-old boy accused of attacking a woman with a screwdriver and stealing her purse. This was Saturday in the Central District. Police say he ran up to the 43-year-old wearing a hot pink ski mask, poked her in the face several times with that screwdriver. Business owners in Seattle's Chinatown International District say they've had enough after another deadly shooting. One man killed, 3 others hurt early Saturday morning outside a hookah lounge along 8th Avenue South. Melissa Miranda owns a restaurant across the street. She tells KIRO 7 her building was damaged by gunfire.
This is the first time we've been hit, but all the businesses on this corner have been hit by bullet holes before.
No arrests so far in that case. On Wall Street today, the markets were closed for the MLK Jr. holiday. Let's get a look at your traffic now. Nate Connors is watching the roads for us.
Thanks, Frank. KIRO Newsradio App has the update. A lot of folks have the day off, and it shows on our commute. Light volumes across most of our major routes. Couple exceptions, like our Revive project here in Seattle. Got a brief 1-mile thick backup between Mercer and the Ship Canal Bridge, where 2 left lanes are closed. Once you punch through this, though, it's wide open. Give yourself about 10 minutes to clear this backup. South 5, a little crowded from Northgate to the Ship Canal Bridge. Nothing heavy. Linwood to Seattle will take you 20 to 25 minutes. In Renton, North 405, we're heavy through the S-curves. I don't see any blocking issues. It is a little foggy still down there. Renton to Bellevue has a minor 5-minute delay. And in Puyallup PD just confirmed a landslide that is blocking East Pioneer at 33rd Street Southeast. This is right where the Farm 12 restaurant is. For those familiar with the area, there is a detour, so no real need to reroute. Text app, APP, to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app, listen to your favorite shows, and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather forecast, sunshine, 50 degrees this afternoon. Tomorrow, same thing, 50 degrees under sunny skies. We will have some clouds and fog in the morning to get through, though. Partly cloudy, 47 on Wednesday, and then some more fog Thursday morning, but otherwise sunny. A little bit cooler, only 44 on Thursday. It's 41 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 11:33. Thank you so much, Frank, for your news update there. This is the Gee and Ursula Show. It's time for us to do Agree to Disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
All right. Yes. So for our first topic on Agree to Disagree today, I wanted to do something that I thought would kind of touch with both of y'all. I was reading an article that was essentially titled, "When the Kids Are Out, the Real Work Begins." And it basically talked about how do couples have more work to maintain a healthy relationship once they're alone again, once their kids are out of the house. According to a Pew Research Center study in 2017, the rate of what they're calling gray divorce, couples who divorce at the age of 50 and older, has doubled since the 90s. And they did a study again in 2023, and it's the same thing. 36% of couples who divorced were 50 or older, around the age when their children leave home. So my question is for you, do you think that when the kids are out of the house, is it kind of like having to start all over again with the marriage?
It can be if in raising your kids you have lost sight of your own relationship with your partner, and that does happen a lot. And I will say that the work shouldn't just begin when the kids are out of the house, but for so many couples, it does. Because when your kids are in the midst of all the sporting events and all the extracurricular activities and all the things that go along with raising kids today, you hyper-focus on that. And if you're also, working outside the house, and then you've got that distraction, so you really don't have time for that couple time unless you are very deliberate and very intentional about keeping the sparks alive with your relationship with your partner. So much of that energy can be refocused. And I will be honest, that happened in my marriage. And I am so thankful that, A, I married the person that I did, and B, it was not so far out that once they left, our relationship fell apart. But I think that you have to be, if you can, and it's really hard when time is tight, but you have to be very intentional about trying to make those date nights with your partner. Because once the kids are gone, you feel like you've lost a sense of self. And so many people go into a depression. I would argue that especially moms go into kind of a funk, like, oh my gosh, this is the thing that I have lived and dreamt of all my life. This is my identity. And once the kids are gone, it's like, whoa.
Well, first I want to start off with change is hard no matter what.
right? No one is very comfortable with change. Sometimes change can make you uncomfortable. Now, Ursula, I agree with everything you said, but I felt like I needed to spice up this topic a little bit. So I'm going to do that. And this isn't always the reason, but this is some of the reasons for the gray divorced. Before the internet, when we maybe moved away and we graduated high school 30 plus years ago, those times your ex from high school or your ex from college, they were your ex and you never saw them again. Well, today in 2026, you have access, or your ex has access to you, right? From 30 plus years ago, and they can see how you're doing. Your college ex can see how you're doing. So meanwhile,
so you get those distractions.
So
is what
you got, you got distraction. So you married to Billy, right? And Billy, he's just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. And Billy walks out the door and he's going to go golfing with his buddies. Billy doesn't care. Meanwhile, you used to date Steve, who now goes by Stefan. He goes by Stefan these days. Shout out to Family Matters. But he goes by Stefan.
And he's looking fine.
He's looking fine. Looks great. And he just reaches out to you and says, hey, hope you're doing well. Love the new hairstyle. Again, I am not saying that this is the sole reason.
Yes.
But it is a contributing factor that is happening in America and throughout the world.
Yes. So again, I would argue that the time to work on it is while you're still raising your kids. Don't wait until they're out of the house and then you're looking at each other like, man, for the last 18 years, we've been strangers in the dark. We've been passing ships in the night. And now I'm supposed to try to figure out how to hang out with you.
Yeah. And then sometimes folks be setting thirst traps too.
Oh, look at you.
He's like, we're going to
thankfully, that didn't happen in my relationship either.
By the way, again, if there's anybody, I can't believe, look, I'm just trying to make the topic spicy.
Yes.
All right.
I hear you, G.
It's not based on real stories.
Yeah.
Well, I like that you brought a lot about, the people of our past and the life of our past. Because I'm actually going to throw something a little bit different than y'all than what I initially pitched.
Okay.
We've been talking a lot about nostalgia today. 2016 in our last segment, we were talking about how we think kids have it different than back in the day. And I was actually inspired by a text that I read from a listener who was saying that we do always prefer back in the day. We're always having nostalgia about the things that happened in the past, or like this happened then, things are so much better. And so my question is, are we actually ever really moving forward in the future? Are we actually only going to ever be thinking about the past? Are we always going to be stuck in the past? Are we always going to prefer back in the day? No matter what time it is, it's always going to be better.
Yeah. I think it's subjective, and I don't think that there is a wrong way to look at things. Some people cherish and always look back. I have been for the last, I would say, 12 years, I have been someone that has always looked forward. Forget about what happened in the past. That's not me anymore. I'm looking forward to 2027. I'm looking forward to 5 years from now. I got a plan. I have goals, and I'm going to keep striving for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy changing. I'm celebrating
now.
Right now.
Right.
Right now. This is what's happening right now. Later for the future. The past is over with right now.
I just want to remind you, though, that the future comes up real quick.
And that's why you got to celebrate.
Yes, and you do have to celebrate today, and also acknowledge that you want to be prepared for the future. All that said, I don't ever go thinking, oh, back in the day, we had it so amazing, and I wish I could go back to that. I never say that. The thing I do feel, though, and I know a lot of you listening right now can attest to this, it's this feeling like I love what's happening right now personally in my life, not looking at the whole national picture, but just personally in my life. I wish this could continue for 40 more years,
right?
At least.
Well, I was going to say, don't you feel like the past is always the primary object of comparison? Like, you're not really comparing to your future self, you're comparing to your past self and your past life.
Yes. But in my past life, there were so many struggles that I don't want to repeat those struggles. But it's like, when you hit the sweet spot, you want that to continue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine. Matter of fact, you were sitting there. Remember last week, somebody texted me and they said, hey, I got a coworker here that says that he met you 15 years ago and they said that you don't like him. And I was like, oh, jump in line. I was like, well, tell that person.
You were going through a lot at 15 years ago.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's real easy to judge someone based on the past, and somebody just texts in and says, you have changed. We're supposed to. All right. Text message feedback, and then Ursula's Words to Live By. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan. Presented by Carter Subaru.
More like Choke Point. The new year brings a big new headache for the thousands of you commuting south on I-5 into Seattle. The latest phase of Revive I-5 is underway, and it won't be finished anytime soon. I've got you covered with traffic on the threes every morning from 6 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News. Nate Connors has you covered every afternoon. We're always hunting for alternate routes, and we'll help you get where you need to be a little faster. On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
DC politicians want to enact harmful credit card mandates that could take away your cash back and rewards points. Perks that stretch your budget and make life a little easier. Losing these benefits means less money for your family's everyday essentials like gas and groceries. The perks you rely on could disappear, leaving you with higher costs and fewer options. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning. All backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Be there when the Seahawks make history. KIRO Newsradio's giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship game.
Oh my word!
Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Download the KIRO Newsradio app and click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
This should be fun.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
It's Gee and Ursula. Welcome back in. Robin Pialov said, Sophia going deep on a Monday, a holiday Monday at that. Wow, Sophia going deep. Maybe it was the amount of time you spent in your car this morning because it wasn't defrosted.
Yeah, so Sophia, share with our listeners what you learned about living in the Seattle area.
Okay, this is being taken out of context. The winter, we're deep in the winter, but we're not at the point of the winter yet where I've had to, expect.
And you're from California.
I'm from Southern California. We don't really see temperatures below 60 maybe a lot of the times in January. And so I got out to my car this morning and it had a whole sheet of ice, and I told G on the phone, I said, I'm taking this parked in my car because there is ice on my car and I did not bank to have to take that off. So, listen, I'll own up to it.
Look, it took until January 19th for you to figure that out.
Exactly.
So,
you're listen,
good.
we're kind of late into the winter season for me to be like, wait, at 6 a.m. there's ice on my car.
How long did you have to wait in the car? Ooh.
I was there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Ugh.
Tricks of the trade around here, just grab like a debit card or something.
Well, I low-key grabbed the food scraper from my kitchen, so my roommates are going to be like, where's the food scraper? But
you brought the food scraper.
The food scraper is in my car.
Scraper. I think I have an extra one in the back of my car. I'll give it to you.
Plastic food scraper. They're going to be like, where'd it go?
Oh, I love it. Okay, let's read some of your text messages regarding the Seahawks. Cliff in Woodinville says, the winner of our game with the Rams will win the Super Bowl. The AFC just can't keep up this year. Wanted the Bears to take care of them, but Caleb was overwhelmed. That game did give me some confidence that our defense could hold the Rams to way fewer points this time, though. We can do this.
Hey, Ursula, can you give me a break? I don't have dudes.
Shane
It's
in
the
Gig
holiday.
Harbor says, Rams were our kryptonite during the Pete Carroll era. No disrespect to Pete. This is a different team, in my opinion. And then Rick and Monroe says, I am leery of playing the Rams. That's why I think that is a team we should play. To be the best, you have to beat the best. Go Hawks. Do you believe that? Like, do you think, hey, yeah, we should take on the Rams? If Rams were, so if it's the Rams... Yeah, and if they beat the Rams, I get now what was said, because I heard now this is for the second time. So this is really like the Super Bowl. This could be the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, they're feeling that way because, and I agree, the AFC teams, they just don't have enough. You know what I mean? They don't have enough stamina.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you don't have enough stamina, you got to sit this one out.
Yeah, so this next game on Sunday could really be it. Okay.
On kids swearing and cursing, Julie B in the 206 says, my roommate has a 3-year-old. She repeats everything. So she cusses a lot because we do. So I'm trying to work on that. I used to never cuss. It's become a really bad habit.
You know what, Julie? I appreciate that you recognize, because, it would be startling for a 3-year-old to be repeating, but I get it. It's become a bad habit, too. Russell in Bremerton says, as a young boy in the 1960s, I don't remember the swear word I used, but I most certainly remember the mouthful of shaving cream that promptly followed it.
See, that's another thing. Sophia, just so you and Nick know, there was a time back in our day, that if you got caught swearing, they would put soap in your mouth. Think about that for a second. Imagine how confusing that is. So I said what the adult said, and you're telling me I shouldn't say it. And because I said exactly what you said, you're putting soap in my mouth. Do you see the evolution of parenting?
I just remember the time I used the Lord's name in vain, and that was not good. I got a slap.
I wasn't.
I will never forget that moment.
Okay, before we go, I wasn't allowed to do that. I wasn't allowed to say what. I wasn't allowed to say shut up.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up was a swear word.
Yeah. No, I
What'd you get told? Don't you talk back, G.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Something worse, huh?
You don't even get that.
No, first of all, the shut up wasn't towards them. A shut up towards your parents back in those days
that would be,
was almost like...
That's like a death note right there.
That's what I was going to say.
No, you might not survive it.
If you say shut up to a sibling or a friend, that's a swear word.
Yeah. On switching up your job, Connie in Seattle said, I quit 20 years of unfulfilling jobs and took a year to get my teaching certificate. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. Allison from Stillicum says, I've worked in veterinary medicine for 20 years and have a college degree in it. I've always loved my job and have felt it was my calling. But now that I'm almost 40 years old, with 2 young children, I'm realizing if something happened to my husband and his job, we couldn't survive on my income. I absolutely would not choose this profession again. I don't recommend it to anyone as a lifelong career, as sad as that is to say. Oh, no.
Well, I'm also just trying to figure. So, Sophia and Nick, when you guys become bosses, would you guys hire me? Just want to make sure.
Just don't talk back to us, okay?
Yeah. Have some respect.
Or we'll put soap in your mouth.
I love this, though. Curtis in the 360 says, I'm a ferry captain. I'm blessed with a job I absolutely love on a day like this. OMG, I cannot imagine doing anything else. Okay, I know we talk about summers here in the Pacific Northwest and in the Puget Sound region. Days like this also make you like, this is
my grass
as good as it
my
gets.
grass has been growing lately. And why is it growing? Because temperatures have been over 40, and therefore your ground is able to grow. Words to live by, Ursula. What you got?
Albert Einstein quote here: learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is never stop questioning.
Don't stop questioning.
Oh, y'all.
Nick, what do you got?
Well, what some thought would soon be closer with answers at the end would soon be proven very wrong by our good Seahawk friends as 12s erupted after 13 seconds in the game. It was all but said and done as Niner faithful fell in flames. But on the other hand, the Hawks are really catching heat with just one more game to go before they reach a super feat. I'm not trying to jinx it or anything, but they've got an awful ton of mojo on their side.
Oh, come on. It's all about that mojo. All right. Ursula, good stuff today. We'll do this again
really
tomorrow.
Fun. Yes, we will.
Sophia, you did such a great job today.
Thanks, guys. I'm always happy to guest star.
Are you gonna get a scraper or what?
You know, maybe. I mean, my defrosters worked. I had to chill for a minute. You know, I was just not ready to chill. You know,
you weren't ready to chill. Nick, thank you, brother.
You too, man.
All right, you ready for this this Sunday coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Big one.
All right, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming up next. Stick around. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
One win away from the Super Bowl.
You stacked plays. It started with a 95-yard.
Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish.
We play our style of play. Games can look like this often.
The table is set for the NFC Championship game. Sunday at Lumen Field against the Rams. Kickoff at 3:30.
Job's not done. We're going to do the same thing.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle and the home of the Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock,
Personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
KIRO-FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Nearing retirement? Don't miss out. Madrona's free virtual seminar on the 27th of January at 6:30 p.m. John Curley here. Retirement isn't just about income. It's about avoiding big mistakes and blind spots. Join Matt Beyer and Madrona Financial and CPAs for a free virtual retirement planning workshop. Learn what a complete retirement plan looks like. Call to RSVP 833-673-7373. Again, it's Tuesday the 27th at 6:30 online via Zoom. Call or sign up at madronafinancial.com/events.
The John Curley Show.
I can't wait till I get a little older, be the really crotchety old guy, getting close to being eccentric. As my mom used to say, I don't make enough money to be eccentric. I'm just middle-class crazy right now.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Start the new year taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
You took the first step and quit smoking. But even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year. VCRs are disappearing, and the clock is ticking to save your family's most important memories. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve your memories by converting all your videotapes, photos, and film reels into digital files. And this year, it's easier than ever.
Introducing our biggest kit yet, able to hold up to 80 videotapes or film reels or 2,000 photos. It's perfect for big collections. You can even send in old DVDs, memory cards, flip phones, or early generation iPhones.
Legacy Box is truly the easiest New Year's resolution you'll ever keep. Just fill your box and send it in. As the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, all work is done in the U.S., and we're trusted by over 1 million families.
Start the new year right by rescuing the moments you haven't watched in years. Go to legacybox.com/radio for an incredible 55% off. That's legacybox.com/radio for 55% off.
Your best source for local news, KIRO Newsradio. KIRO.